everybody. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to our synthetic fiber research activity, which is kind of a web quest, okay, but it's a little bit different. So it's got three parts. You're going to be researching two synthetic fibers, and I'll talk to you in a moment about how you're going to choose your fibers. And you're going to have three choices for how you present your project to us, your final product, okay? So there are three different roles, three different audiences, three different potential formats, and kind of three topics. I'm going to go through each one. So your first choice is to take on the role of an entrepreneur who owns a brand new cutting-edge clothing company. And the audience that you're going to be trying to reach is a group of potential investors who want to fund your clothing brand. If you choose this, you're going to make a short video, and it should include the details of your fiber research. So this can be you sending a message out to those potential investors, maybe presenting to have, a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting. You may upload this video to your Google Drive and turn it in as completion of your assignment. And the idea is you are trying to convince your potential investors of the benefits of funding your use of these particular fibers in your new clothing brand. The second choice is if you take on the role of a forensic scientist testifying in court. And your audience in that case would be a group of jurors in a hit-and-run case, where the fibers from the victim's clothing were found on the suspect's car. Your format here is you're going to make a Google slide presentation that you would be giving to the jury, and it should include your fiber research. You'll see that in a minute, and you'll attach this Google slideshow to this assignment and turn it in as completion of your assignment. Your idea is you are to make the jury understand the significance of this fiber evidence. Your third choice is to take on the role of an inventor whose supervisor thinks your inventions are second rate, that they're just not good enough. And you're going to write a letter to your supervisor in Google Docs explaining the details of your fiber research. And you're going to attach this Google Doc and turn it in as completion of your assignment. And your idea is you are trying to convince your supervisor of why you should be allowed to continue working on your fiber-based inventions. So let's look at the second part. So the first thing is you choose which one of those you want to do. Okay, so you're either an entrepreneur, a forensic scientist, and an inventor. Depending on which one you choose will determine whether you are making a video to turn into us, a Google slide presentation, or a Google Doc. All right, the second part is you pick your fiber. So your name is actually going to determine the fiber you will research. So I've included a table below to determine your personal fiber assignment. For example, Mrs. S. Durio, first initial S and second initial D, would be researching nylon because her first name starts with S, and polypropylene because her last name starts with D. Because your first name is your first fiber and your last name is your second fiber. Another example would be for me. My first name starts with an M. That means that I will be researching lycra, and my last name ends with an N, and that means I would also be researching polyester. So once you know your fibers, you're going to do your research. Okay, so these are some basic questions that we want you to address in your assignment. This is really the bare bones of what needs to be included for each fiber in your final product. So whichever path you decide to take, you're going to be talking about the year those fibers were invented, what country they were invented in, three uses that they each have, the company or person who invented them, two pieces of chemical information about them, and two commercial or brand names that the fiber is sold as. Now, we've given you a few resources to start in your search. There are 5 links here, and those links all go to excellent sources of information about synthetic fibers, but you're absolutely not limited to that research. So that's a quick overview of your assignment. You're going to have a full week to work on this, 7 days, and we cannot wait to see what you come up with.